You're watching The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Join the party. Head over to our Linktree to find all the links for everywhere The Experience is all the time.
Hey, happy Wednesday, buddy. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on? Nothing. How are you doing today?
I can't complain too much. Oh, it's beautiful out here by us today. It was in the mid-60s. Oh, my God. I think it's like God forgot about winter or something. But
we had good weather out here, too.
What's that?
We had good weather out here, too. We had good weather out here, too. Oh, yeah.
You're kind of choppy.
I believe it.
Freezing up. All right. So shout out to Ken Bird. What's going on, buddy? CJ Design. Backwoods Collector. Thanks for joining us, man. Easy Go Lucky. Cool Gamer. Stevie B. Yeah, Stevie B. Yeah, that was sad. I saw on the internet Raquel Welch passed away. She wasn't young, but she wasn't that old. She was younger than my father, and he's still kicking around. Ron, what's up, buddy? So that was do we need to explain to you who Raquel Welch is? Or are you looking her up?
I'm actually looking her up right now.
John Spilios. All right. So I know our viewership trends to the older side. So more than likely, Alec is the youngest one in this group.
Is she, by any chance, is she from, she kind of looks like she's from Gilligan's Island. Is she?
No, that would be Tina Louise. You're talking about Ginger. No, that would be
that's actually who I thought it was. Man. Hey, at least I know what that show is.
All right, that's it. Show's over, everybody. I'm sorry. I can't do a show with somebody who confused, Ginger from Gilligan's Island with Raquel Welch. I just cannot continue. I cannot function. Easy Go Lucky. She was one of the original. She was in Thank You, Easy Go Lucky. She was in the first James Bond film with Sean Connery, Dr. No. So the iconic scene where she's coming out of the surf in the beach, and oh my God. Well, Captain Pickard says hi. Anyway,
that's actually what made me think of it, because when I looked her up, I saw like the beach photos. I was like, oh, she's got to be the girl from Gilligan's Island.
Iconic. That was the movie that put her kind of on the map. I think she was kind of Hugh. What's going on, man? But she's like one of the original pinup girls. The iconic scene, because Dr. No, James Bond, Dr. No was such a huge success that she was the love interest. Who? Wait, who was Ursula Andress? That wasn't. Oh, you're right, Ron. Oh my God, Ron is right. I got him confused. Ursula Andress.
Oh,
yeah.
You got him confused. All right, so
admittedly, Ron is a bit older than me, right? So Hugh, no John tonight. So all joking aside, John is, I guess, during his Super Bowl extravaganza down to shore when he had a bunch of family and friends over, somebody was sick. So John, unfortunately, is sick again. Hoping he's doing okay if he's watching. Feel really badly for him, because it's been literally been rapid fire for him, back to back to back. First it was COVID, then it was I don't know if it was a cold or whatever, which then turned into pneumonia. So he's just been, and now he slammed again. So, again, he hopes to be back by Monday, but at the time that he texted me, he had not taken a COVID test yet. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it's not COVID again, but hopefully he's feeling better, man. It's tough.
This might be his sign to just lay low for a little bit,
Well, maybe the big Super Bowl extravaganza wasn't the best plan. And, he admitted it as well. He's fairly certain he caught something from somebody there, because I guess reports are that some of those other people are sick. So yeah, easy go lucky. I know, I feel bad for him. I can't even bust on him, at this point, because it's literally been rapid fire. One sickness, right? I feel like he's been sick since the end of a little bit after Thanksgiving. It first started, and it's just been rolling, and so that kind of sucks. But hoping he feels better. Backwoods Collector, you've only been in comics for about a month and a half. Well, welcome. Well, thank you very much, Backwoods. So we have a good time. So we're not like every other claim show. Usually I have a partner in crime, beyond Alec, AR Comics, my buddy John, but John's been really on and off ill since really after Thanksgiving. So we've been getting them, here and there, but a little unfortunate. But thinking about you, John, if you're watching. So, but Backwoods, you're going to learn something about comics here. You're going to learn more likely from AR, and on Mondays we have our buddy Robbie come in. These guys know their comics. They are experts. I, on the other hand, I'm an expert at spam, and I don't mean the email kind. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and ask. We're still hunting for that Hormel sponsorship. I can't believe that they haven't picked us up yet, man. For the amount of times you mentioned the word spam, if I got a dime for every time I mentioned it on this show, I would be able to retire tomorrow. I have no doubt.
Yes, speaking of John, though, talking about him being sick constantly, maybe this is like that commercial, the EXP commercial you guys made about him being a ghost.
Hey, that's not funny, man.
Has he ever really been there?
Well, yeah, because he brought me. Well, the good thing about his Super Bowl weekend was they messed up his order, his takeout order, whatever. Hey, Jeff Wedding, what's going on, man? So they messed up his order, and they couldn't get there when he needed to get there. So John, obviously, and for the benefit of any new viewers, John is retired now, but he used to be a chef in the food business. So John being John, he starts cooking and cooks for the entire party. So when John came in Monday, he brought me a care package like you would not believe, bro. So nice. In the care package was there was a sausage and peppers. There was a meatball sub. There was a panini sandwich with this roast pork. Oh my God, this was unbelievable.
It took over a year of complaining, and you got you got it all.
Oh man, he brought this whole bag. Okay. And then I haven't tried it, but this is going to be tonight's dinner. He brought me pasta. I think it was ziti with long hots in kind of gravy, tomato sauce that I forgot what he said it was. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to eat it anyway, but I will tell everyone, especially our longtime viewers, if you have a chance to eat anything that John makes, the man is an excellent cook. Preston, we did not. You're just in time. And Stevie B, anything you need to know about squirrels or rats, you can find out about from Rex Backwoods. That is true. And I'll have to repeat my story. Whoever was already heard about my daughter, yet again, adopting 2 cats, starting to look like Noah's Ark in her apartment. But all right, so we're going to let's start with best offer. So we only have one best offer tonight. It is King in Black #1, signed by Donnie Cates. Suggested retail of $49.99, and it is a best offer book starting at $20. Give JD a second
it's actually really interesting. So we were talking about Donnie Cates, I think last week, about how he's not on any of his Marvel stuff anymore. So Ryan Ottley took over the Hulk series, and I was reading a thing about that today. Let me see if I can get the exact wording.
I'm sorry, I don't have a picture of the King in Black.
Oh.
You don't have a picture of the King in Black. Okay. Let me see what we can do about that. All right. So, but go ahead, finish.
So apparently, according to Ryan Ottley, so the series issue 12 just came out today, and they're going to be ending it at 14. Apparently, to Ryan Ottley, he is going to be done doing ongoing series. He doesn't want to do it anymore. He's going back to Image, he said, after this, and next thing he does is going to be like a creator-owned thing. He brought up, the interview brought up money. He said, like, yeah, I make 50%. I do this. And he said, I did Invincible for all those years, and I'm not doing it again. So I guess going forward, Ottley doesn't want to do any sort of ongoing material.
Interesting.
And I like that he brought up money too. Like, I mean, I don't know what Marvel pays or anything like that. I don't know what a typical payout is for artists / writers. But since he brought that up, that obviously means money probably played a role into it as well. His own, Image Comics is, it's not Marvel. He gets more say, gets to do basically what he wants, but it's the fact that he doesn't want to do ongoings and he wants to actually make money. So good for him.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, listen, everybody's got to make the decision they're going to make. So, I mean, there's nothing to do about that. So,
but I guess the big thing that comes out of it is if Ryan Ottley's feeling that way, I wonder how a lot of other people are feeling that way.
Well, you know what? You know the name Kurt Floyd?
No.
From baseball? Kurt Floyd
definitely
in the 70s. All right. Kurt Floyd in 70 is well known for, he was the first, which changed the way the players were paid and free agency and everything like that. Kurt Floyd was the first to get that started. So, Stevie B, is it both of us, buddy? So I'm not sure. I think Alex having some issues on his end, but if we're all choppy, that might be an issue. All right. So next book up, we'll do for Ron. JD, I'll have to see what happened with that picture. I don't know if it got missed somehow. All right. So something for Ron. I know he's waiting on it. Let me see. I want to pick out the right one. All right. So we've got Iron Man number 600 sketch. Signed with Iron Man, cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. There we go. Huh, that's a little interesting. JD, are we choppy on that end too?
No, you look fine to me from here, so I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. That's weird. Okay. All right. So anyway, suggested retail of $119.99, and we have the one available for $62. Lars,
I was going to say, I know it's not saying much, but you were also choppy on my end.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know.
But like I said, that's not saying much.
All right. Hashtag choppy. You know what? We'll do a free giveaway today, and we're going to do hashtag choppy EXP. That's going to be the thing. I don't know what the giveaway is yet. I got to pick one. All right, but so anybody that's new, when we do a giveaway, all you got to do is throw up in the chat, and we're going to make it hashtag choppy EXP, and that's going to be the hashtag word. You only have to do it the one time, and then we'll do a drawing at the end. All right, now I have no idea what I'm going to give away yet, so I'll figure that out at the break. All right, so Jeff Wedding says coming in clear at Vegas. All right, cool. I think creative keep. I think weather.
That's crazy to me.
I'll look out the window during the break.
There's actually a lot of crazy stuff going on lately. Honestly, like a lot. Between all of like the supposed UFOs or whatever, but I think the train thing over in Ohio is the most nuttiest of all of it.
All right, so CJ Design. Yeah, that's right. That was with Raquel and Ringo Starr. I remember that. Yeah, I totally got it wrong. It was Ursula Andress. Ron was completely right. All right, let's see here. What else we got? So Laura's Man in the house. All right, here we go. First SpiderMan item. Here we go. Amazing Spider-Man #1, Art Germ variant cover, CGC graded 9.8. Suggested retail of $89.99. We have the one available for $62. Was thinking about Lars Man there. I don't even know if you have this one yet, Lars Man. All right, you got it, Lars Man. I finally saw Wakanda, by the way.
You finally saw it.
I finally saw it.
What'd you think?
I liked it. I did.
I did too. I liked it a lot.
I really enjoyed it. I thought that would be. I thought it was a little longer than it needed to be. I think some scenes you could have cut, and then the kid, who invents the vibranium,
Riri Williams,
the suit. That I didn't like so much. That was completely unnecessary side story that I thought was unnecessary.
That's actually my only complaint about the movie. Everything with Riri Williams, and I thought she was a good actress. Like, she did a good job with her role, but she served no purpose in that movie. Her entire character did not need to exist in that movie. They just threw her in there to throw her in there.
I almost to link, I guess, into what was it, the series they want to do.
I mean, yeah, she's got a TV show coming for sure.
Yeah, but my point is that it was almost like a last minute add-in type of thing, you know? And
that's what it felt like.
Yeah, because so much of the storyline. Okay, so she's a college student. You walk into her dorm. Not only is she in the dorm alone, it's 3 times the size of the average dorm in colleges, right? So that didn't work for me. But what's up, Nick?
Nothing. I'm just listening to the conversation.
All right. We're talking about Wakanda. We haven't gotten there yet, but you could do that one. So that didn't work.
Check this out.
All right. So that is Supercade, a visual history of the video game age from 1985 to 2001.
Maybe this is why they were getting the 8-bit.
Maybe 450 plus pages, and then there's a whole gallery in the back of just images, and it's really all images. It's pretty cool book.
That kind of looks like me. If I
didn't go through the whole thing, but I started thumbing it.
If I was better looking, I'd look like that.
Dude, that's Nintendo 64, right? Let me see. All right, so Ron, okay. That's interesting. I had not heard that, but it was the whole problem was, so then her garage that her uncle lends her, and she has all this equipment, luxury, vintage cars. And so we're supposed to imagine that she made this by doing other people's homework and charging them $1,000. That's supposed to explain that.
I think there's pretty much 500 pages. Look at that, page 485. And we still have a bunch left.
All right, so
she was in college on a Stark scholarship.
Yeah, but even still, man.
I think what they should have done was they should have just showed her and been like, yeah, this is the college student that made this. Her name's Riri. Just something along those lines. Like, just get her acquainted to people seeing her. To have that type of a role in the movie, it didn't make sense. It just felt so thrown together. They could have done the exact same plot line without her there.
Correct. I agree with you. All right. So Supercade, over 500 pages. We have 5 available for $45. So this thing is as heavy as a phone book.
That's pretty big.
John, believe it or not, it's a priority. And the one thing I can't remember, did you say you wanted full body of them facing off, or did you just want the heads? I cannot remember how you wanted it. So, oh yeah, trust me. I know what you meant. I know you mean Ken. We're all good there, but just, did you want full bodies like this, or did you want heads and them looking at each other like that? That's what I need to know.
All right, so
I thought I emailed you, but you know what? Could have been the voices in my head. What do I recommend? I honestly, if you're gonna have Fate versus Strange and Punisher versus Dracula, I'd go all in. How much are we doing the Hulk versus Thing for?
Let me see.
This is really nice burn. Oh my!
Secret Wars #1 and Hulk #1 signed connecting sketch covers of The Thing versus the Hulk by Joe Del Beato, Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail $250, and we have it for $129.99.
Yeah, if you want full body, we'll do it for the same $129.99 for each of them. I think it'd be really cool with the colors, with Dr. Fate and Dr. Strange hitting each other. I've been waiting 1.5 years for my R2-D2. Creative Keep, email Amy. Sorry. Let's see, because Shuri, John, I would do full body. There you go. Yeah, and Punisher with a gun going after Dracula as he's like flying out at him. That would be really cool. But it's up to you, man. It's up to you.
So yeah, I would agree with you, Marcus. They probably had a deeper story that they may have cut, but I don't know. It just didn't fit the rest of it. It really didn't.
Looks like the Hulk's arm is phasing through the thing. That's actually pretty. That actually does kind of look like that.
All right. So let me. You know what? Let's pick something else up there, Nick, that you see.
Well, this I picked just because I wanted to get his feedback. What sold already?
So far, Large Man picked up the ASM #1 Art Germ 9.8.
Ooh, nice. That was a good value too.
So far, that's it.
All right. Why don't we show the 330 and the 333 real quick?
Let's do it.
Looks like we should have one thing that should be up John's alley and one thing that's up Lars's alley. You want me to Vanna White the King in Black? You want me to scare people? Want me to do this?
Hey, Amy. Can you check? Did we? I may not have set the King in Black, the first item on the list by Donnie Cates. Can you check to see if that's up on Slack or in the email that I sent? Thanks.
Spider-Man 330. Spider-Man 333.
All right. You'll find these floating in the wild. 333 for like 40, depending on grade, and 330 for 49, depending on grade.
I'll tell you what. Let's do the 330. Let's knock it down to 40 for our guys. This is a really nice no color minimum. Yeah. You know what? Let's do it for $35.
John
right.
playing the 330.
I dropped it
All
from
right.
49 to 35 for you, John.
You got it, John. I got you down, John Spilios.
And let's drop this one to 32. We'll drop it to 32. We'll give 20% off. Give everybody a little bit of a discount.
Okay.
Nice.
So
yeah, I would agree with everybody.
And Large Man
right,
claimed 333.
I would agree with everybody there. I would do full body as well.
I think that's the way to go.
I think would be better.
I got you down.
I think there's one little mistake here, unless you're doing a surprise.
Guardians of the Galaxy should be up there.
No, but this is supposed to be a package, not 3 separate items.
Oh, I did not know that. Nobody told me that. Sorry.
You didn't get the memo?
I did not get the memo.
Fire Nick. That's all I got to say. Fire Nick. Whoa, what's the Hulk CCA? It's Deadpool Secret Wars versus Hulk. And or the Maestro CCA. Sorry, which one?
Well, let's throw the Maestro up anyway. Since we're on.
All right, the Maestro
nice.
is $62.19, and that's usually $119.99. I will show the package in a minute, Marcus. You sly guy. Well, actually, you know what, Rex?
Mm-hmm.
Take that off right now. Take that Hulk off. You want to see my package? I will show you my package. 24/7 bowling ball, baby.
Well, that could have gotten ugly real fast.
What are you talking about? Look at this. Listen. This is a workout carrying this every day.
Said.
24/7 bowling ball.
Just think about what you just said, and then you stood up as you were saying it.
Yeah, I was showing my stomach. I mean, you could see it, but there's that sign, Marcus Way. Now we got okay. All right, so this is Hulk versus Thing, John Byrne homage. It is gorgeous. It is. I mean, that is really, really well done. By Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Marcus said we just paid the price.
Lars, man. Yeah. You heard what I heard.
I was showing my stomach. That's all I can tell you. 24/7 bowling ball. Actually, that was actually, speaking of Marcus's, that's the conversation I had with Marcus. He asked me if I bowled. I was like, dude, I cannot carry 2 bowling balls. I got one here. There's no chance my arm would carry the other one.
Creative Keep. No one has claimed a package yet, but I don't think Nick has introduced it yet.
Only fans.
So that might have something to do with it.
And then the other is the Hulk, Indestructible Hulk, signed by Mark Waid with the Maestro. And that one is $62 for 1962, I think, or $62.19. I can't. All right, $62. So basically, how much was the Hulk versus thing?
Hulk versus thing was $129.99.
So 129 plus 62, so 191. If you wanted to buy both, we would make it 175. If you wanted to buy this and these, we would go down to 175. All right, Creative Keep. All right, so we have, here is the package. Okay. Jonathan Hickman, Infinity, 1 of 6, Midtown Comics exclusive cover. Guardians of the Galaxy, commission cover art, Ken Hazer. Rocket Raccoon, number 1, Midtown Comics, J. Scott Campbell cover. All 3 of these for $56. So that is the package being offered. It's a 3P. Who trademarked 3P? Wasn't that like a basketball thing?
3P.
Oh, 3P. Okay. No mystery. And Lars Man claims the package.
You got it,
That was a good one. I like the CTA. And Infinity's a great read. So if you've never read Infinity, you should.
Yep. Let's see. We got anything else? All right. So Lars is on fire.
And Fuego. All right. So, yeah, that was a good claim. All right. So that, you know what? While we're on it, we might as well. Let me see.
You want to do the last one, Mickey? Want to do the Mickey?
Well, we also have the Avengers number 1.
We do, but let's do the blockbuster Mickey first.
Go ahead.
Mickey Mouse, commission cover art from IDW series. Normally $89.99, but tonight for the low 100th anniversary price of 1923. The year Mickey Mouse and Disney World first launched. I mean, Steamboat Willie was before this, yeah, I know. But
that's going to be an easy claim.
Kind of feels like Nick had way too much animal protein today.
Nick hasn't eaten yet. You know what I had so far?
What?
Pistachios.
There we go.
Maybe they were
right off the
bad.
bat. Lars Man on it again.
Oh, Lars Man out Preston.
Oh, Lars Man. Sorry, buddy. Yep. He beat you by like a millisecond there, my friend.
I don't think people believe the price. I think that's what threw him off. All right. We want to clear this up. What'd I say? I said 175 for the Hulk versus Thing in the Maestro?
Yes.
Did you hear my stomach? That's my hunger pain. I gotta go eat. You will like Nick when he's hungry, right?
CJ, we didn't even play the name drop game, dude.
All right. This is $330 worth of commission cover art. All right. Nick is going to have to bring more books out. Not Nick, Amy. $330. We went down to 180 something. Then I went to 175. Right now, $169.99. Otherwise, they're going to go back to $129.99 and $62. So $169.99 for all 3. You guys have till we get back from the break. My Astro pronounced by Nick is now Italian like Opera Man. That makes me think of the Jerry Seinfeld episode. Remember the episode where Kramer spilled the coffee and he got the lawyer?
So many episodes.
So he spills the coffee and he gets Jackie, the lawyer, and they're going to the chain store, the coffee HQ, and the maestro gives him a bomb to put on the burn, and it worked perfectly. And Jackie's like, "Who told you to put a bomb on there? Do you know what a bomb does?" He's like, "You're taking our case out of this." And then they go free coffee for the rest of your life. And Kramer goes, "I'll take it before the $50,000." Choppy XB.
All right, so we got to go to our first break, and I'm going to give Nick homework because I promised everybody that we would do a giveaway. So it's hashtag Choppy EXP, all lowercase.
and Marcus said it. Marcus got it right. All right, what did I say? How much for the 3?
$169.99.
All right, right after the break, somebody says yes or it's back to full.
All right, stay with us. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Why was Princess Zelda sad after watching a bunch of YouTube videos? She couldn't find a link in the description. We'll stop if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's super easy. Click subscribe and click the bell when you do. And thanks for supporting the EXP.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey, and behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today. You just finished the last episode of your favorite news show, and you just have to talk about it. But all your friends are ghosting you because of that incident last week at the buffet. Oh, you know the one. What you did to that chowder. Ugh. Keeps me up at night. So what do? Join writer Dan Wickline as he breaks down all your favorite pop culture media. Whether it's a review of the latest nerdy TV show or a dive back into the history of your favorite comic characters, Dan's ready to discuss all the hottest topics live. Join the conversation as Dan live streams Tuesday through Thursday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The Dan Wickline Show, on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
What if Hans Gruber from Die Hard had to battle the Joker from Batman the Animated Series in a dance battle? Or who would win in a race between Baby from Baby Driver and Snidely Whiplash? If Austin Powers and Shrek found themselves in a hot dog eating contest, who would emerge victorious? These are the questions we talk about on Nerd Killer Warfare. Debate the most absurd questions you've ever heard in popular culture. Register now by scanning the QR code or visiting bit.ly/EXP casting.
All right, and we're back. All right, so
what's going
on? Nick actually eats animal protein. So let's throw this up again. All right, so we got Secret Wars #1 and Hulk #1 signed connecting sketch covers of The Thing versus the Hulk by Del Biano and Nicieza, right? All right, so we did have it at $129.99. Then we had the Indestructible Hulk #1 signed by Mark Waid and Ken Hazer. Maestro cover sketch by Hazer, of course. Suggested retail of $129.99, right? So we're looking at about $260. Nick's, if someone takes both of them, Nick's willing to do it for $169.99. All right. So that's not going to be so $260 in value. You're going to get both for $169.99, and Nick's going to wake up and come in here and revert the prices back. So that is available for somebody to pick up actually 3 sketch covers, one deal for $169.99. You can't get any.
No,
You can't get
that's
any than that.
That's under $60 each. That's a great deal. I mean, I like to collect these types of books, though. I like original art like that.
So unless you're a buyer of original art, this is a good medium. That's kind of.
I think so too. Because this stuff Nick puts up on Fridays and just that type of stuff. It's just.
Oh, sorry.
It's just, what? No, I don't want to cut you off. I was gonna say it's just too expensive, like for me. So I like to collect those types of books.
You mean original art?
Yeah, original art. It's too much for me.
Agreed.
So $340 of commission cover art, $169.99. Everybody passed.
So far, everybody's passed.
All right, we said they have to buy it. Somebody has to pick it up right after the break, so we'll just keep it at $129.99 and $62.
All right. Yeah, I see you buffering here too, Hugh. I don't know what's going on, buddy. Nick should offer time payments to AR. Marcus.
I'll offer time payments.
Always stirring trouble, man. All right.
No, I can't get started on that type of hobby.
It's an addiction. All right. You know what? While Nick's in here, let's do the Superman mega set. All right. So.
Oh, sure. Blame me.
So Superman mega set includes Action 1000, Kurt Swan variant signed by Scott Schneider, Action 1000 1950s variant signed by Dan Jurgens, and then Death of Superman 30th Anniversary Special #1 CGC graded 9.8. Suggested retail price of $229.97. And we have the one set available for $150.
Wow. How much is it?
$229.97. So $230. Let's call it $230.
If somebody buys this in the next 2 minutes, we'll do it for $115, half price. But it has to be in the next 2 minutes.
All right, 2-minute clock. Nick's all into the clock today.
I'm telling you.
All right, and yeah, Choppy EXP. Yeah, we haven't picked out the giveaway yet.
Can everybody hit the thumbs up, by the way? Hit that thumbs up. And Preston said, I ain't waiting 2 minutes.
All right, you got it, Preston. It's all yours, buddy. All right, cool.
Preston, which one did Preston get? Did Preston get the Amazing Spider-Man?
Or
did Preston get the Mickey Mouse?
No, the Mickey Mouse went to
Lars. That was Lars, man.
Okay. Oh, right. The Amazing Spider-Man went to
Lars Man and John Spilio.
Yeah, John. All right. So, all right.
So that one is gone.
So Last of the Mohicans, Avengers #7 variant with the Wasp, with Laura Guzzo sketch, which we have not had in a long time. What do we got that at?
It's just a retail of $89.99. It is a 5-star at $50.
$50. That's pretty good. Nice.
Speaking of Wasp, though, I heard that movie's not getting too good of reviews right now.
Really? I heard the complete opposite. And weird, God. Yes. The hashtag is hashtag Choppy EXP. All right.
Oh, yeah. It did not start off strong.
And don't forget, 9 o'clock tonight, we have 360 Comics.
9 o'clock tonight on the Experience 360 Comics. It is their premiere show, right? The first one.
It is. And remember, you can put on 2 tabs. You can watch 360 Comics on the Experience and Comic Art Live with Bill Cox tonight.
You're going to be on, right?
Which?
Comics Art Live.
No.
Oh, you're not on tonight?
No. I wasn't invited. It's kind of like the Oscars. It's an honor just to be
nominated. Nobody means that.
Nobody believes that.
That's just what you say at the acceptance speech. No, nobody ever says that.
First Marvel movie in a long time I haven't pre-ordered. Wow.
Well, we'll get the lowdown ditty. So I heard.
I got it. By the way, I've got a bet with Amy.
What's the bet?
I said that we can get this whole rack sold out. She said nobody will buy it if I'm here. She said people will leave stuff on the rack. If I tell everybody that I bet that we could sell all the books on the rack, that it would be guaranteed people would cancel orders.
It depends on whether you ordered pepperoni on the pizza today.
I didn't order any pizza. You want to know what I'm having?
What are you having?
American cheese sandwich on rye with tomatoes and pickles.
Why?
I don't know. Try something different.
If
You
you're
need more
10,
than that.
if you're 10 years old.
Stevie B.
Jeff, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us, man.
I had to start typing when Nick started speaking.
So where Rubenside says first Marvel movie in a long time, I haven't pre-ordered theater tickets. Well, I heard it from a friend who hadn't seen the movie, honestly, who said that he heard it's going to be the best Marvel movie since Endgame. But you're saying that you heard that not such great reviews.
Well, no, the reviews came out last night, like the early reviews. So IMDb is sitting at 6.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes is sitting at 53%, which is worse than Thor. And Google users is now up to 84%. But last night when I saw it, it was around 60 something.
Wow.
All right. Well, I mean, you know, this is again, it's not even.
Amy's coming in.
Here we go.
But here's some of the what they actually
like
said.
People are being a little overly critical.
I believe it.
Now,
some people have fair criticism, and then some people are just being mean.
So on Monday we'll have a live review because Amy has tickets to see it tomorrow.
By the way, but from what you're
I'm not
telling
sure.
me, comics fans. He's saying it's Google reviews, it's everything. It's not just comic fans.
I know.
Well, I'm leaving. I'm getting in trouble. Every breath I take, every word I say.
Go ahead, Alec. What were you
I
going to
gotta
say?
run.
I'm trying to get up because Reddit compiled all of the like actual reviews that people made, and even the people that gave it like 4 out of 5 still didn't actually really have anything positive to say about it.
Thank you, Ronald. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Ronald.
I'm trying to like there's like 15, 20 reviews in front of me. The general consensus is that what is his name? Jonathan Majors, the guy who plays Kang. He knocked it out of the park. He nailed it. Like he absolutely killed the part. But the movie is all over the place. It's terrible. Like it's a bad start. And another thing that a lot of people complained about is what we've all been saying. They added a bunch of comedy to it. And it just like it doesn't work.
But I again, without seeing the movie, comedy works.
Well, you're not going to see it for 45 days at least,
probably.
But I can agree with that. Comedy has worked for Ant-Man, but it's not. It's assuming it's like the other Ant-Man movies, then all right, then whatever. But if they take the route like they have with a lot of the recent Marvel movies, which I can't imagine they would change course,
all right. So the one that stands out the most for
everybody. Go have my cheese sandwich.
You go have your American cheese sandwich. I agree with Ron. The difference, I think, and again, I want to say this: you're looking at critics' reviews, and commonly, especially of late, critics' reviews, because how many fans could have seen it? It doesn't open technically until tomorrow night.
Yeah, but it's not just it's not just like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that. I'm looking at there's Variety, Metacritic.
Well, Variety is a trade publication through and through. So what they say is what filmmakers may read or whatever, but the general fans very rarely see Variety as a reliable source. The only reason
so this one. We got USA Today, New York Post, Seattle Times, Empire, Washington Post, London Evening Standard, Globe and Mail, right. IndieWire.
But they're all critics that have seen it for those publications.
Yeah, you're probably right. All I'm saying is that this is like
public can't get in yet. I mean, not
this is one of the lowest. It's one of the lowest Marvel movies out. It's rated lower than Eternals.
But I have a theory to that though. But so here's the thing. We know the fans haven't seen it yet because if there was an earlier date for the general public to see it, Amy would have bought those tickets, right? So if Amy is going to see it tomorrow night, that is the earliest possible time.
Friday, actually.
My cousin had to do a little bit of rescheduling, so she asked me to move it to Friday, but I'm still seeing it opening day.
Okay, fair enough. But if your cousin didn't have to move the schedule, you would have seen it tomorrow night.
I would have, yes.
Okay, correct. All right. So for all essential purposes, my point is correct. All right. So if the general public could get in any earlier then Thursday night, Amy would be all over that. Okay. All right. So this is my second theory about critics. These days, the job of a movie critic has diminished to the point now. Again, sorry, Alec, but all the old heads, that in our group will know what I'm talking about. Is hey, Sean, what's going on, buddy? The biggest show on TV used to be a show called Siskel and Ebert. All right, these two old guys that were movie critics that work. I think one worked for the New York Times and one worked for another paper. I forget who. And they did this half-hour show, and they basically were critics to the movie on the day of, right before the release. And they would commonly disagree with each other. Why? Because it makes good TV.
So they do it on ESPN all the time.
Right. So there were articles, does Siskel and Ebert hate each other, or are they really friends? All this about the dynamic. So now with the internet and the job of film critic being diminished every year. Thank you, Marcus. Oh, thank you, Ronald. New York Times and Chicago. That makes sense.
The thing is, I get that. I tend to not trust these critics ever because, I would rather go off of like Google opinions. I would rather have an average person opinions. The issue is when you actually read what they're saying about it, it's stuff that I personally was like, no, I hope they don't go this route. I hope they don't do these things. And this is actually what they're pointing out. I mean, they're basically, everyone's staying to it. They're saying, Jonathan Majors has killed it. He is the best part of the movie, hands down. It is what it is. But when universally looking at all of it, it's basically all of the same problems. They're saying the movie is all over the place. Marvel has gone away from what they originally used to do. And now you can tell that it's like a corporate thing. They're trying to appease certain people. And this is like a mass throughout a lot of these reviews. And I've talked about, I think the last couple of weeks, this has been the movie I've been looking forward to most. I've really been looking forward to this.
Well, let me say this. I agree with what everybody's saying. You got to go see the movie, okay? And even if it's bad, you end up seeing the movie, except if it's Morbius. All right. There's always time to bash Morbius. But what I find, Detective 545, thanks, buddy. What I think is this: two things. They're jumping on things. And doesn't it sound interesting? It almost as if the critics took their review for Thor: Love and Thunder, okay, changed the name to AntMan and Wasp: Quantumania, and then
they dumped on that movie completely, though.
Well, let me say this: they complain about the comedy. I no matter what, I disagree with that, because
I complain about it.
Paul Rudd, when you look at his history, is that of a comedian. If anything, when they cast him as the first Ant-Man, everybody's like, Paul Rudd? What?
That's what I said too. I think Paul Rudd did a great job.
This is a guy who was, multiple episodes of Friends. He started off with Clueless. That was his quote unquote breakout role. And so he's always been comedy oriented. And Ant-Man had elements of a lot of comedy because of the actor. So to say that there's too much comedy doesn't make any damn sense to me at all. They cast, these are the same critics that said, oh, Paul Rudd, he's a comedian. How's he going to play this role? So I suspect that, unfortunately, most of these movie critics, who I kind of ignore most of the time now, I'd rather see what the general public thinks, is because they're the ones who are actually, making the movie money, is I think they've fallen in with the rest of social media. You're not going to get anybody watching your weather broadcast if you're saying, well, it's partly sunny today and it's about 65 degrees, very unseasonably warm. You could wear shorts. Nobody is watching that. Oh my God, we're going to have Snowmageddon hit our area. There's going to be a bajillion inches of snow, hail the size of basketballs. Get your dogs in, lock up your children, and everybody's watching. And the point I'm trying to make is that's what sells. And these critics, you may agree. I know Amy will read the same article and vehemently disagree with that critic. But guess what? When you're the naysayer, when you're screaming, oh my gosh, it's horrible, you're going to get people to read, even the ones that disagree with you. So I believe that their motivation now is that they will flat out not like anything that Marvel's producing. And a lot of their points I agree with, but I agree with their motivation. That's what I'm saying. You know, they're not going to say anything good about anything that's coming out of Marvel. DC, they want this nonsense to keep going. I mean, even Robbie and I do it. It's become the material for us every Friday. So we're just sitting here waiting for something else to blow up.
You know, I tend to agree for the most part, but to an extent, you got to admit most of Marvel's recent stuff is not good. It's just not that great. I did really like Black Panther, the newest one, but at that same rate, a lot of people did not like it. It wasn't that good to a lot of people.
This brings me back to my original point that I made like a while ago.
Doesn't that make movies a little bit more interesting when there's such a split right down the middle of people who love it and people who hate it? Doesn't that make movies a little bit more interesting?
He was in Halloween.
Well,
Here, go ahead.
I was gonna say I personally do have a big problem with the way Marvel's been doing a lot of stuff. I like Paul Rudd, and I think Ant-Man's actually probably one of my more favorited movies from the Marvel series because he is funny. He brings a nice humor aspect to a lot of stuff, but the humor can only go so far. I mean, we'll keep harping on Thor: Love and Thunder, where every other thing has to be a freaking, a zinger. He's got to have this one-liner. He's got to crack a joke after every. You couldn't figure out the tone, and that was the problem with the movie. They actually had a good plot and they had a good setup for a lot of it, but you could not figure out the tone of that movie. They went from serious to comedy, back to serious, and then comedy for another 10 minutes, and that was a huge issue.
Well, problem with when we're talking about Thor: Love and Thunder, I think the other problem is it's not meant to have that much humor in it. Okay.
No.
And when you look at who you cast as Zeus and his bolt of lightning looked like a kid's Halloween prop. It's not funny because the movies didn't set themselves up in that fashion, all the previous ones. And beyond that, you're taking elements that you think will be funny, but they're really not because the people you cast in are not known for that. Russell Crowe, he's not known for comedy.
You don't need to be known for something though to maybe have that type of a scene. That's what gives a lot of actors.
There's a reason Russell Crowe didn't do stand up. He's not funny. Okay?
What if for this movie the people that they're complaining about, like I said, I'm trying to play some devil's advocate here because I'm really looking forward to the movie. What if these complaints are extremely valid and they've got like a Thor and Love and Thunder tone where you think about it, they're in this the quantum realm, they're in this crazy stuff going on, and Kang has finally been introduced, but everyone's just cracking a one-liner here and there. It's like Kang is getting ready to just destroy all these variants, and then you have maybe Paul Rudd, who I do think is a funny character, is cracking some stupid jokes like Thor was doing in his movie, like, oh, and he just like says it, and it's like, come on, why are you ruining these moments? What if that is where they're going with this movie? It's that all these moments that have been built up and the tension and suspense is there is being ruined by some unnecessary comedy.
Go ahead, Amy.
Something I've heard, but I've heard whenever Kang's on screen, that it is deadly serious. Like nothing's intervening. Like when he's on screen and he's doing his thing, it's dead serious. No one's cracking anything. So that's probably one of the reasons why he's getting such good reviews is because they're doing a good job at least planting him as the next big bad. At least
I guess that does give me hope. Because even if the movie is terrible and it does have that vibe and everyone's like, oh man, they really ruined it because of this, at least he was good. So moving forward, he solidified himself as this part and everyone fears him. He's got a good, it's just moving forward, he's going to be fine. And maybe they could figure out the movies, but it's one of those things. I do hope this movie's really good.
Maybe another thing that kind of brings it down, maybe do you think Marvel does a little bit of overhyping? Because
I think maybe
I'll come in for this, because the whole thing about this movie was we're gonna meet our new big bad, and this is the start of Phase 5, and this is what you guys really wanted,
Which at that rate, shouldn't it have more of an Avengers tone then? When it does have more of a serious tone, because there's a lot at stake right now. There's a lot of high stakes, just stuff going on. So it should have a more serious tone going forward. And if Kang on screen is this big baddie, then everyone should fear him. There's a lot of just seriousness going on. It shouldn't be ruined with constant one-liners. And none of these reviews are saying there's constant one-liners, but they did say that there's a lot of humor that did ruin parts of the movie because it was unnecessary. Is some of the stuff that I am reading. So I mean, it could go any way.
I'll say this much. I think that the other thing that is overlooked, beyond the fact that we've already talked about this particular topic about, you know, Marvel movies coming out and Marvel series coming out at such a clip that you know, people their level of resistance has risen. You know, if you haven't eaten for 10 days, a saltine cracker is going to taste like the best thing you've ever had. Okay, if you eat nothing but filet, then you're going to start getting real picky about the cut and how well done or how rare it's cooked and things like that. It's all a matter of perception. But I will say this much. Again, haven't seen it, but the same person can two people can tell the same joke. One person can make it funny, and the other person can make it as dull as can be. And I think that that's the key for me, is that you can only ruin a scene with that kind of comedy is if the person delivering the joke is doing it poorly. You know,
I can agree with that too.
Right. So unless there's screaming goats or something similar in AntMan, I'm willing to give Paul Rudd, you know, the benefit of the doubt. And again, everybody is if you compare apples to apples, you go back and look at the first Iron Man. Was it really that good? There was a lot of humor in that because it's Robert Downey Jr. Okay.
I still think it's a great movie. That's just me.
I'm not saying it's not, but my point is, okay, at that time we're starved. We're that guy eating nothing but crackers. So, you know, to me, screaming ants, I like that, Marcus.
So only because you said that, though, and you brought up Phase 1, and I was actually going to bring this up, so that was a good kind of segue you had. What if... So, I mean, those movies were good. They weren't anything super special, but they were very good. And they led into everything going on with Civil War and stuff. What if, like, Phase 4 that we just had, that was like the anomaly? What if us thinking that, you know, Marvel, every single movie is going to be this banger, it's going to be this, it's just going to be, you know, everyone's going to love it. What if Phase 4 was just they struck lightning and they just created this masterpiece? And everything else that they've created before and now going forward, everything they create after is just back to average. It's just going to be an okay movie. It's not this crazy thing that everyone expects it to be. What if it was just like a one-time thing?
I want to respond to two comments. First of all, Ron, don't worry. What else do we have to spend the brain power on? And Lars, man, the screaming goats make me laugh even harder after all the EXP commentary. I keep blowing rye whiskey out of my nose when they scream now. That's got to really burn, buddy. Okay, I've had that happen before. Okay. So Preston says, what I've read most critics complaining about was the heavy CGI, which seems hard to avoid in the quantum realm. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. All right. Ron doesn't want to talk about it anymore. All right, Ron. We'll get to the rest of the books as soon as we get back from break. All right. Give us a couple minutes. We'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. We got another minute.
This is The Experience.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hey there, hi there, ho there. You're as welcome as can be.
Hi, I'm Nancy McCann. Welcome to Friday Night Live on The Experience.
Welcome, everybody. It's Fat Jack's Comic Crypt. Brendan, Al, Jason, hanging out.
There I am. Welcome back to Kicking It with Henry, folks. I am your host, Henry Copeland. It's great to be here with you guys.
So we are going to talk about books that are in stores this week.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mishmash.
Hello, and welcome to the Black Comics Universe, presented by Peep Game Comics.
And you gotta love it that the first people in a minute to skim it are creators.
Up, everybody! Welcome to another Wednesday Warriors. My name is Joey Galvez, and this is my pal Ambrosia.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to Space Cadet.
Hey!
What's up?
Welcome, everyone, for another episode of I Must Ask You a Question.
Hi, everybody! Welcome to Nerd News Now.
Hey, this is Rex. Welcome to Comic Collectables.
Hey, hello, all you happy people. Welcome to the Dan Wickline Show.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. Is the crazy show that we do on Thursdays called What's in the Box? What's in the Box?
Comic culture and sales.
All right, and we're back. All right, so I'm gonna throw this up here. JD, Amy threw up the King in Black photo. There we go. All right, so King in Black #1 signed by Donnie Case. I love this cover. Suggested retail $49.99. It is our best offer book of the night, and it is a best offer starting at $20. So you got Venom there, Wolverine, Cyclops, Captain America, Hulk, Iron Man. Anybody I'm missing there? I'm not seeing. So awesome cover, King in Black #1. All right, Lars, man, you got it, buddy. All right, so let's see. Oh, let's throw this one up. This one's kind of cool. So this is Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids set. So let's see. It includes 3 Virgin covers and 1 incentive. And let's see. It includes. Let me pull it. We should have. There we go. So let me look at it real quick. Where is it? Here we go. All right. So I'm going to take a look at what we're getting here. So we are getting. All right. This Virgin is. All right. So you're getting. Let's see. All right, this is issue #4. It is the Virgin cover. It is the 30 copy incentive Virgin art by Joe Simcoe. So that's in the set. Guess we should have wrote this down, huh? All right, you're getting Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids #4 and #3. And this is also, I believe, an incentive cover for #2. All right, this is a 10 copy FOC incentive by Joe Simcoe. So you're getting that as well in the set. All right, another Virgin. Let's see. So this is a limited edition Virgin cover by Joe Simcoe for issue #4. Then, let's see what this one is. All right, Preston, you're right. We should probably do a Rex cap soon. All right, so then we have issue #1, and this is which one is this? This is the wraparound 10 copy incentive cover by Joe Simcoe and James Groman. All right, so that is, you will get 1 through 4, but in a variety of, let's see, 1, 2, 3 Virgins, 1 incentive, and then #4 and #3. So that is the complete Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids set. Let's see, it is just a retail of $150, and we have the 1 complete set for $75. So if anybody has been following this, this is an incentive in Virgin cover. And we only have 1 set like this available tonight. All right, there we go. All right, so that is, let me see, where did I leave it? Okay, $150 value for $75. So, Alec, Ron wants to know where your dog is. Miss Ellie?
Somewhere hopefully quiet right now. Not getting into anything.
Don't be like that. Oh, there you go, Lyle. And I saw you jump in here, buddy. Hope all's well, my friend. Hope you're still warm at home and not in the Arctic Circle. All right, so let's do another book. All right, so we have Uncanny X-Men #1, signed by Chris Bacalo. It's #9 of 100 signed, and we have the 1 available. It's just a retail of $29.99. We have the 1 available for $19.63. So that is also I'm not playing with the squirrels. All right, let's do a quick Rex cap, and then I want to tap Alec for new comic book day and what he liked or didn't. Rex cap. Attaboy, JD. All right, here we go. So we had Uncanny X-Men #1 signed by Chris Bacalo. I'm sorry. Well, let's do this. Suggested retail of $29.99. We have the one available for $19.63. You got it, Lars, man. All right, so that one is gone. So let's go back to King in Black #1 signed by Donnie Cates. Suggested retail of $49.99. It is a best offer book, and Lars Man is in the lead at 20. Then we did in Indestructible Hulk #1 signed by Mark Waid and Ken Hazer with Maestro cover sketch by Hazer. Suggested retail of $129.99. We have the one available for $62. Then we had Avengers #1 with Wasp cover sketch by Laura Guzzo. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is 5-star at $50 tonight. But I talked to Nick. This one is going to be the giveaway. So the Laura Guzzo Wasp is now the giveaway. All you have to do, if you got in here late, hashtag Choppy EXP, all lowercase. You only need to enter it once, and we'll do the drawing right after best offers at 7:55.
That's a cool giveaway.
It is a cool giveaway, isn't it? All right, so then we did Iron Man #600 signed with Iron Man cover sketch by Joe Del Biano and Mariano Nicieza. It's just a retail of $119.99, and we have the one available for $62. Then we had Secret Wars #1 and Hulk #1 signed connecting sketch covers of Thing versus Hulk by Joe Del Biano and Mariano Nicieza. It's just a retail of $250, and we have it available for $129.99. Then we did Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids set. Includes 3 Virgin covers, 1 incentive, and altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books in all. Suggested retail of $150, and we have the one complete set available for $75. And then this one, a little bit unusual for us, Supercade, a visual history of the video game age from 1985 to 2001, 500 plus pages, and we have 5 of them available for $45 each. And that's the Rex cap. So Alec, God, it must be Wednesday. TJ, what's going on, man? What's that?
What's up, TJ? I said, yeah, getting there.
About Robbie's older than I thought he was, dude. And he's not wearing a baseball cap on the show
anymore. I saw that.
I'm telling you, he's dating somebody. It's got to be it. That's the only reason come off.
I was debating on asking him, like, oh, you got a good hair, you got a nice haircut, and I thought about it. It's like, actually, that's because I don't think I've ever seen you
right
without
on air, dude. I asked him right on air, and John kind of like scolded me. I'm like, what? Is there anything off limits here? I talk about Cornelius the squirrel, whatever. So nothing is off limits. Hey, JD,
yeah.
On Monday, did Jay leave the picture of the vicious animal that bit me?
The vicious animal.
Preston, they say memory is the second thing to go. All right, so I gotta tell a story. So how horrible Super Bowl Sunday was, right? So obviously the Eagles lost, as everybody knows. Stop. And if you aren't a longtime viewer, some of the stories I've told through the past, like Marcus and Preston and all these guys, and they've all heard it before. My daughter has this thing. Marcus, I don't have a picture of the rats because the rats very quickly fell to second place. Okay. So she started calling me. So her and her boyfriend and the roommate went into Philly, and they stopped at a cat cafe, thinking it was going to be a
this on Sunday.
What's that?
Do you say this on Sunday?
No, this happened Super Bowl Sunday. Well, no, it happened before that. This was like a couple of weeks ago, and they went in thinking it was a cafe with cats running around, right? It turned out that they weren't really a coffee shop. They were really a shelter. So there were cats, but the only coffee they could serve was out of a Keurig machine, right? So then she bonded with these two little cats that are apparently a bonded pair, or whatever, these kittens. Calls me about it. And I am vehemently against it, okay? You just rescued these 3 rats. You spent $350 on a cage. You know, what are you kidding me? You live in a small apartment. You know, you have 2 cats at home that we rescued that were supposed to be your cats. You insist on calling me grandpa when she was like still in the house. Now you're gonna rescue 2 more cats, right? So I started trying to, well, there's the vet fee, and I'm not paying for the vet fee. And if you go to the place that we go to with the cats that we rescued, I said they're super expensive, you know. And I did the math for her and whatever, and she was just whatever. So then she invited me over for Super Bowl Sunday, and when I show up, the 2 cats are there. She didn't tell me. I'm not shocked. I kind of figured this was going to happen because when I had my objections, she got angry at me. So I'm just like, do whatever you want to do. You're grown up. You can do whatever you want to do. But in my opinion, it's not a good idea. So clearly we see how far my influence goes. She went ahead and ignored everything I said and rescued 2 cats. Even left me as a reference. Okay. And called me and said, Dad, I left you. This is why she had to tell me. She left me as a reference, right? And one of the things I said to my daughter is, I said, look, something goes wrong. Okay. You guys can't take care of the cats. I'm not taking care of the cats. I'm going to become that weird cat dude on the corner of my neighborhood. I've got 2. I don't want 2 more. So she goes, no, that won't happen. So the woman calls me. I call her back the next morning. And I could have sank her ship right there. Because they're asking me those invasive questions. So, you know, how is she with animals? I could have said something horrible. I could have said, well, other than the cat and dog that she hung in the backyard, you know, the rest of them have been really good, right? I could have nuked that whole thing right there.
I couldn't imagine actually saying that. Be like, well, she's had a tendency when she was younger to kill small animals. Why? What is this about?
Yeah,
oh my God.
Exactly right. That's flashing through my mind. So then they asked me the big question. Oh, Marcus, that's not nice. Then they asked me, the woman asked me the big question. So we just want to know if something, you know, unfortunate happens, that you would be backup for these cats. And I'm thinking, my mind telling me, say no. Okay. And I'm like, yeah, because in all honesty, if something did happen, like they broke up, I don't know, whatever happened. And she had to move back in. Would I not take the 2 cats? Of course I would take 2 cats. The 3 rats, they're out of here. Okay, no way I'm taking those rats. But so I had to say yes. And she obviously rescued the cat. So I go over there, big surprise, and I'm like expecting it. You know, they're cute little guys. I like cats and dogs a lot. Rats, not so much. So we're having pizza and we're having wings and watching the game. And I'm trying to kind of mess with her. And this is how I know God's watching. So my cats are very well behaved at our house. They don't beg for scraps. They don't come up on the table while you're eating, that kind of thing, right? If I give them human food, it goes in their bowl and they know to expect it there. So it's okay, Lars, man. That's what I hope it weird. So then I started feeding one of the kittens like the chicken meat from the wings, right? Because they're already very food motivated. Like nobody can eat in that apartment without them jumping up like, hey, what you got there? You know, I like sandwiches too. And I'm feeding it. And that damn cat bit me in the finger hard, bro. I mean, hard to the point my finger is still bruised. Okay, 2 puncture wounds on both sides. That cat nailed down and thought the tip of my finger was chicken. And it must have smelled like chicken because there was like wings grease all over my finger. Dude, there was blood everywhere. My daughter was freaking out, man. I mean, I had it wrapped in like, you know, gauze and stuff the whole game. I will tell you. So God is watching. If you have any question about that, God is watching. I was messing with her, trying to, I'm going to spoil this cat, and you'll never be able to eat pizza, you know, at all anymore. And that cat bit me, and it hurt.
That's because
I screamed like a little girl. I'm not gonna lie.
That's funny. I was gonna say, God was actually looking down at you, saying, "I don't think you want to do that to your own cats." thinking, you're going to acquire those cats as well.
And weird, Rex will fall asleep and wake up as Catwoman. Oh, dude.
I'm for real so allergic to cats. Like so allergic
well,
to
you
cats.
mentioned that, which is ironic since your parents love cats.
I know. That's a crazy thing. It's like they don't go out of their way to ever buy a cat. They just like a cat just stumbles into their house and they keep it. It's
How the hell do you think I keep ending up with animals? Okay.
Same thing. That's what my parents do though.
Right?
They
my
they're
friends started
actually
laughing at me. Go ahead.
You go. I was gonna say they're actually taking care of like 3 or 4 cats right now. There's like they live kind of in the woods, and it was like a mom cat and a bunch of kittens just randomly showed up, and they created like little shelters outside for them, and they're like, no, we're not bringing them in this time. And I was like, you better not. You better not.
Stevie B, everybody else. Let me say, TJ. I would love to get some sort of superpower from this bite. What I'll probably get is a nasty infection on my finger. Okay, that's what's probably going to happen.
Oh wait, no, not bites. I was gonna say, I think cats, like a cat scratch, is like one of the worst, like easiest infections you can get. I think I was reading that.
I know. I'll be able to tell you if it's infected as soon as the bruising goes away and the swelling from the bruising. Okay, he bit down hard, bro. I'm telling you, man. He was ready to, swallow the tip of my finger. Preston.
Kittens.
Oh my God. I'm going to have to blame Cornelius the squirrel. It all started with Cornelius the squirrel. And the next thing you know, she's calling me. Oh, there was a possum on the road and I had to rescue it. Are you kidding me? Okay. Triple B, I disagree. I love cats. I disagree with it. Good one, Marcus.
I do.
I love dogs too. I would be a dog guy, but with just you can't just leave them. Like I can leave for a weekend with cats, get the gravity feeders and crap. You can't do that with dogs. So that's my only thing is that cats are more self-reliant. And since I have 2, they can keep each other company when I'm not there. But I love dogs too. So I got to tell you, my neighbor, their dog is my favorite dog. He loves me. He loves me more than the owners. I pull into my driveway. I open my car door. That dog jumps right in. Like, let's go. Let's go. Let's make a getaway. We can get a getaway right now.
I was gonna say, at least on a positive note, that she got cats. She doesn't really have to take care of the cats. Just leave food out. You don't really have to do much with them.
Well, that and the 3. Oh my God, dude, she just doesn't need any more animals, man. Okay.
The rats, on the other hand, I don't understand the rat one. I don't. That shouldn't have happened.
Them because they were feeder rats at the pet store. They were going to become dinner for the snakes. And
that's the life cycle. That's all it is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you tell that to my daughter, my friend. All right. Or call me in 30 years, by the way. Anyway, did I father Dr. Doolittle? I hope so, because then she can make some money doing this crap. Okay. Right now, it just keeps sucking money out of my bank account. When the cat got sick in April of last year, a bladder blockage, it was very sad. That's why we rescued the other cat. She was so sad, crying all the time. And that was $3,000, man. And then the cat died. Guess what? They still wanted their money. Okay.
I think I was telling you that exact thing happened to my parents' one cat like years ago. A bladder infection that turned into a blockage, and it was like really sad, but it was an absurd amount of money. And they actually told my parents, they were like, I think they said it was like $4,000 for the surgery. And they were like, we really don't even recommend it. They told my parents straight up that they don't think that the cat would even make it after.
Oh, backwoods. I hope not, dude. I can't. I mean, backwoods.
Oh my God.
When we talk about Cornelius Squirrel, okay, that is a squirrel. So my daughter played softball in college, and she's now a coach. And we were at a tournament. I help her, and we're at a tournament in Staten Island. In the dugout, the girl, I can hear the girls like screeching really loudly. There's a baby squirrel. It's her. My daughter rescues the baby squirrel. Puts it in a little muffin box, okay, with like little towels and stuff so it can rest easy. We're in the middle of a tournament. My daughter goes, we got to figure out what to do with this squirrel. I'm like, maybe it's just, the law of the jungle, the cycle of life. What do you want to do? We're in the middle of a tournament. We got a game in half an hour.
That's odd, dude. So like, what do you mean?
she's not giving the squirrel up, right? So I'm calling. The boyfriend was with us. So who was it? Lyle Hobson won that contest, guessing Staten Island. So we're calling every shelter in Staten Island. Okay, now mind you, it's like a Sunday. Okay, and nobody's even picking up the phone. The ones that were just pretty much hanging up on us. So I have a very good friend who's been ill, and hopefully she's getting better, who works at a local shelter in one of the counties here, not too far from me. So we've been friends a long time. So I called her. I said, "What do I do?" She goes, "All right, there is a wildlife shelter in our area," but she warns me. She goes, "Don't tell them the squirrels from Staten Island. They get real pissed off at that." I'm like, "Why?" I guess you're not supposed to bring them across state lines or whatever. I know, it's like bootleg and moonshine. So we drive a full day, squirrel still in the box, still alive. So we're driving back to our area, get to my house. They hop into their car because I'm not going to a wildlife shelter. I've done enough for the squirrel. Go and drop them off. And as far as we know, Cornelius the squirrel is in Medford, New Jersey, which is a very woody area, and living a full life. After that, she's running across these things like every 6 weeks, man. Luckily, I never had to meet the possum, which was dropped off at the same wildlife shelter. Oh my gosh. I tell you, I don't even know what to do, man. She calls me. I see it's her on the phone. I'm like, oh my God, please don't let it be another animal. She went away with the boyfriend on a trip to Washington, D.C. recently. I get a text. I made friends with a squirrel. I didn't respond. She was safe. I'm not responding. I don't want to even have do not bring a squirrel from Washington, D.C. back home. I don't even want to deal with that. My answer would have been that's a federal squirrel. You can't take that. That's a crime.
Those squirrels are a whole different breed there too.
Dude, I don't want them. Okay, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. It always ends up costing me money somehow. I kid you not. It always ends up costing me money. And I want to retire one day. I can't be trying to save the animal kingdom here in New Jersey. It's not happening. So last time you were in Staten Island was 1976. Wow, that was a long time ago, Lyle. It has changed a bit, my friend. But that part of Staten Island Expressway that was messed up, yeah, they're still working on that. I don't know, JD.
No, on a real note, what is like your daughter's major? Because you said she's in college now, right?
She's a biology major.
What is she aiming to do? Like anything with animals?
I don't know. I don't know. The problem is unless you become a vet, which is more schooling and a lot more money, the other jobs, and nothing against them, they don't pay well. And as a father, I'm always worried about when I'm gone that she's making a good living. But in the end, she has to follow, as all children do, whatever her passion is. I just hope it's a passion that actually pays pretty well, so you don't have to worry about money. But you got to do what you love. That is absolutely correct, JD. They are harder because there are less of them.
I was gonna say too, it's a shame because it's not like humans. You go to med school, you're working on what? Maybe you're doing something specific. A vet is a vet. You're working on all different animals, all different problems. Right. And like you said, a ton of school, not that great to pay. It's you really have to be passionate about that.
It's not as much for all that schooling, but Larsman,
not even remotely.
Yeah, Larsman, I believe it, but that's true across the nation, believe it or not. Vet schools are harder to get into than med schools, believe it or not, because there's just so few of them. But I don't know what she's going to do. She's turned out to be phenomenal at coaching as well. So that's been really nice to see. But that route is really all you can do is coach in college and keep working your way up, and that's a very fickle business as well. But
tell her to join the military.
Yeah, no. I appreciate everyone who has, like yourself, but the way this country is run, I'm not going to send my daughter out to be fodder. That ain't happening.
Here's the key. Here's the key. She's going to get a degree. You tell her to go in and be an officer. Then she doesn't have to even lift a finger for a single thing, and she'll make a lot of money doing it. It's
true.
the best. It's
That's
the best
true.
life.
But
Air
you never
Force
know
officer.
When I see what Congress argues about on a daily basis, that the fact that we could be involved in a war that we don't want to be involved in,
It doesn't matter. She won't go. She won't go.
God,
Air Force officer. I can promise you.
Well,
it's the safest job.
I think we've determined, Alec, that my opinion is meaningless because I told her not to rescue the 2 cats. What happened? There are 2 cats, one of which that bit me. So clearly, in my opinion, it means less than nothing. So my telling her to do that will not move that at all. You're better off telling her yourself.
Then randomly call her and say, "Hey, don't you ever dream of becoming an officer in the Air Force?"
Well, she might know yet. She didn't believe I was doing this, and I pulled it up on our TV once to show her. And I tell her I talk about her personal life all the time. So she wasn't too thrilled to find out about that. She was like, "What? What do you talk about?" I said, "You're gonna have to watch the show. I need another viewer." And remember to hit the thumbs up when you do, and you'll find out what I'm talking about. Lyle. Funny. Lars, man, you know what? I just want her to be happy and not want for money at the, as she gets older, ultimately. But as long as she's happy at this point, I realized a long time ago, you can only prepare her for life. You can't tell them what to do after a certain point. Hell, I think that happens at like 12. But she's a good kid. And she and I have a very close relationship.
By the way, out of curiosity, did you offer anything for sale since Ron said, "Can we get back to the books?"
Can I just tell you, because you came in here and started blowing the doors off of stuff. All right, I've only got 5 comics left, so you remember this.
What's left? Okay. Oh, yes.
Right? We got to go to trying to get to the last and final break.
How about this? 3 people get a mystery pack. $200 worth of items.
I gotta write this down, dude.
For $100.
All right,
but it has to be 3 separate people.
All right, but wait. 3 mystery packs.
3 mystery packs.
Okay.
Over $200 worth of items.
Okay, over $200 worth of items.
A metal book.
Okay, hold on. I know you're making this up as you go along.
I am making it up as I go along.
Metal book. Go ahead.
This segment brought to you by Chip and Dale. We're not that smart. Make mine Marvel or Red Sonja. You got to claim Lars.
All right. Now, wait. I got to write that down. Lars, man. Okay.
A metal book.
All right, wait.
A CGC.
Marvel or Red Sonja. Do you want a combination of 2 or?
Let me listen. I got to go finish my cheese and pickle and tomato sandwich.
All right, go ahead. What's in the mystery packs? A metal book.
A metal book.
A
CGC graded book.
CGC graded.
A limited edition or incentive book.
Okay, limited or incentive book.
And we want readers, so 5 random Dynamite books to read.
Okay, 5 random Dynamite books
to read. So
okay. Right.
Over $200
for 100, right?
For 100.
All right. So Lars Man, you've claimed one. Lars Man, let me know. Do you want me to make it all Marvel or all Red Sonja or a mixture of the 2? That's up to you, buddy. All right.
Hell right. Yes. Glad I made it through the cat talk.
All right. So hell yes to what though, bro?
That he got something.
No. All red or all ASM. Okay, gotcha. All.
Hey Nick, offer a set of Darkwing Duck. Okay, TJ, we got Darkwing Duck #1, all 11 covers, $44.
Wait. You can't just.
Do we have the Darkwing Duck? Amy, can you get the Darkwing Duck #1 set?
All right, Darkwing Duck.
Get us one Darkwing Duck set.
Wait, a Darkwing Duck. How many books?
11 covers, 11 comics, $44.
All right, $44. Okay. Any other specifics, or that's it?
That's it.
All right. So there you go. That is the new Darkwing Duck deal. All right. So we have 3 of the mystery packs.
The metal cover has to be Red Sonja.
Okay,
it would
metal. All right. So metal, red. All right, Red Sonja. Yeah, it would have to be. We're the only ones that make metal covers.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go eat before.
All right. And Darkwing Duck, how many of these sets do we have, Nick?
Probably up till 10.
Okay.
And TJ claims 1.
All right. So TJ. All right, TJ. I don't. Do me a favor. Just make sure to fill out that claim form so Amy doesn't yell at everybody.
Especially us.
Especially us. And to make sure we have all the info. I think we do, TJ, but I just want to make sure. As Preston said, memory is the second thing to go.
You know what I say? A mind's a terrible thing.
All right, we got to go to our last and final break. We'll be back and we'll get to the rest of the books.
Did you know that every experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out. Twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code.
Did you know that across America there are over 2, maybe even 3 live stream producers who can't even afford Mountain Dew? Take Brian here. Brian has gone 2 weeks without a sip of Red Bull. If it goes on much longer, he may take a shower and get a real job. Situations like this are as tragic as they are preventable. Join the experience on YouTube and gain access to special emojis and members-only streams. For less than a cup of coffee, you can keep socially awkward hermit people working from their parents' basements where they belong. Scan the QR code on the screen to join. You'll be glad you did.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
You know how when you go to Comic-Con, after Comic-Con, you go to the hotel bar, and there's a whole bunch of people playing music and dancing, and you've got Pikachu and Lara Croft Tomb Raider doing the cha-cha slide just down from Deadpool and Batman and Wonder Woman? That's every Saturday night over on the Experience Twitch channel. Join Taji Beats for the EXP Dance Party, exclusively on Twitch, twitch.tv/the_EXP.
All right, and we're back. All right, so just to revisit the 2 makeup kits that Nick just made up. All right, so we have 2 mystery packs available. Lars Man picked up 1. Over $200 in items for $100 will include a metal book, CGC graded book, limited edition or
I
incentive
thought that
book.
the saying is that the belly is last to go. Marcus, I agree with you.
And then 5 random Dynamite books.
My hair is going to go before my belly.
Well, I just get hit by a car.
Well, that's true. That'll flatten me.
There you go. And your hair will be intact. All right, so $200 in value for $100. We have 2 of these packs left.
I got one more Super Bowl conversation to go with.
Okay.
Was this the worst year of commercials or what?
No, I didn't think so.
Oh my god.
They're pretty bad. I thought they're pretty bad.
I kind of like some of them.
I thought they were. It was either rehashes like John Travolta with Grease, or with what do you call it? What was the?
You didn't like the Grease one?
No.
That was Caddyshack.
Caddyshack. It's like, can you guys not? And the thing is I'm complaining about those, And then when I look at the original ones, I'm like, you know what? Let's go back to the Caddyshack and the Grease isn't so bad.
The problem is the bar keeps getting higher and higher.
No, it hasn't. I think the bar's been getting lower and lower year after year. Did you? I mean, the Ben Stiller one where he's like, "Am I acting?"
That one was bad.
I mean, it's like
that one was not good.
It was not good. Why am I talking about this? Talk about comics.
Too soon. All right, so the Darkwing Duck set, 11 covers for $44. All right. So
David Nakayama, just real quick, you got David Nakayama. Amy, I need your help. You got Mirka and Dolfo. They're a little bit out of order. You've got Carlo Laura, I think is one of the covers. We've got Ken Hazer in here.
Marcus.
And you're getting 4 blank covers to get sketches on.
You want to answer Marcus' question, please?
I don't know. I'm afraid. No, Nick does not join the dance party at all.
Yet.
The only dance I can do is the chicken dance at a wedding. People decide to get divorced when I do that.
JD, I'd like you to work on this thumbnail. Taji beats Nick Red Pants. Please
By the
make
way,
that happen.
actually, real quick, Amy, tell everybody what you thought of Darkwing Duck.
Oh, like this book or the new one?
The number one.
Oh, it's a lot of fun, especially like if you were a fan of the cartoon, I think you'll definitely enjoy the comic for sure.
I agree with that. I think the writer really kept the fans in mind.
100%. The art's beautiful because again, you can totally picture it like as like a real cartoon. Like it could play as a real cartoon if you wanted to. Like if they ever rebooted the show, like this plot line could be an episode.
That's what I thought too. I read it as if it was like a cartoon, like literally read like an episode.
So, great book. We're really lucky. Matter of fact, Amanda did an interview on the experience that you guys can look up, and she said the funny part is she'll say to her daughter, "Okay, mommy has to do work. I got to go to Disney Plus and watch Darkwing Duck."
I would probably not tell my daughter that. That cannot work well.
Well, with your daughter, that would lead to her wanting a real duck then.
All right, so
that stinks because it's true.
And weird. The price on what, my friend? Let me see.
If it's on the Darkwing, it's only 11 covers for $44. That's weird.
Because I don't see it on the YouTube chat, which is a little easier to look at.
The Man Bat.
Let's do that one.
Oh, the Man Bat. We
All
put
right,
that
hold on,
at a
Edward.
blockbuster price.
All right, so Man Bat number 1 variant, signed by Kevin Nolan. Suggested retail of $49.99. It is number 6 of only 40 signed, and we have it the one tonight available for $19.39.
Boom! That was a hammer drop.
That was poorly done. Sorry.
Listen, this is why when they do the chicken
First,
dance,
you got
the
to stand
husband
in
and
front of the
wife says,
camera.
"Can we get an
I think
annulment?"
You got to go
If you
like
wanna
this
do-
first.
Yeah, either do the motion or get a real hammer and actually do it for everyone. Jessica.
There you go.
You do it better.
That's how you do it.
All right. Well, I can't do it.
Amy just gave Nick the hand. It was off camera. Talk to the hand. She was telling me.
I thought she was telling me I was number 1.
All right. So, yeah, okay. I can go with that. All right. For the time being, I can do it much easier. Do you see my finger that the cat bit?
Oh my God.
All right. So, Ed Weird, let us know if you're interested in the Man Bat, buddy. $19.39, the one available tonight. And is this, let me see. Yeah, okay. All right. So, let's do The Flash, since we've been talking about that movie for 2 years now. Flash number 750, signed in silver by Joshua Williamson. I know, right? We suggested retail of $69.99. It is number 3 of only 30 signed in silver, and we have the one available for $56.
Nick's favorite character.
Yes, it is.
Check it out. I don't even need to do
No, you don't even need to do that.
This is so awesome. And it is number 3 of only 30. Silver Signature Series. All right, let's make some room. We did a great job of promoting Darkwing Duck. That was cool.
All right.
Did you get to the Justice League?
No, I didn't. Let's do that next.
Ooh.
Justice League #1, Dynamic Forces exclusive cover by Tyler.
Look at what Marcus wrote. The Flash movie was first announced during season. But he's right. That's how far back it goes. It goes back like 6 years.
It's
That's a sweet trailer.
It's a myth.
It is a really good trailer. Although I will say this, I am actually not as much as I love Michael Keaton. Sold. Justice League sold.
All right, you got it.
As much as I love Michael Keaton as Batman, he is not my favorite reason to watch that movie. Thomas, Lars Man beat you by like 2 seconds, buddy.
Sorry, Thomas.
He is not the main reason why I want to see the movie. And Dan Wickline actually brought up a good point last night. Just because he's back as Batman, this is Flashpoint. He may actually be Thomas Wayne from the Flashpoint comic, not Bruce Wayne. So there is that chance.
I'll be honest. I mean, would it be the only reason I would watch the movie? No, but it certainly plays a role.
It's a plus. It's a plus.
And Michael Keaton, whether he's Thomas Wayne or Bruce Wayne, in the cowl is cool.
Yeah, the only thing I dislike about it being Flashpoint again is that we saw Flashpoint in the TV series.
All I'm saying is at least there's a direction now.
You know what I think? Like
Allegedly.
A lot of movies,
allegedly, right?
A lot of movies like jump to the most famous storyline, and they don't really give us time to like get to know the character better. Because the Flashpoint story, right, most famous storyline, but we like, I still feel like we're still trying to get to know this version of the Flash, because again, Justice League, it's everybody's movie, it's not his movie.
Yeah. Now here's the crazy part.
Now we're just jumping to the biggest storyline ever. But hey, now they're using it to reset everything.
And Amy is definitely animated because she like went to kick like she was kicking somebody.
I get passionate. I get excited.
But I will say
you want from me.
There's one thing that I find kind of ironic. Marvel's been building up to the multiversity, and DC started after Marvel, and they got to the multiversity before Marvel did. Because you saw the multiversity of madness, and we're seeing the Kangs, but the Flash movie actually reconstructing the DC universe is happening first.
But they've been doing
they've been doing it forever. Because again, like Michael Keaton had his movies first, and then the Nolan movies, and then these, and then
direction, same problem. Now I feel like they're even if we don't like the direction, there is a direction. Before it was just like it almost felt like they were making decisions based on, those wind tunnels where they throw out dollar bills and people try to grab them as they're flying around.
Yeah.
That's not true, Lars, man. Come on.
It's like a pump. No matter what they do, they
Creative Keep. Did you see the DC animated movie?
No.
I think it might be like Flashpoint Paradox, but I never saw. I'm thinking it is. Only, they didn't spend $400 million on the animated movie.
All right, let me get the last last 3 books, and then we'll do a Rex cap, and then we did want to talk a little bit about New Comic Book Day. All right, so that we also have Generations Forged #1, signed in silver by Dan Jurgens. Suggested retail of $69.99. It is number 5 of only 15 signed in silver, and it is one of our 5-star at $50 books.
And it is Silver Signature Series.
All right. So kind of prophetic as we're talking about what's happening with DC. All right. Then next up, Detective Comics #1034, signed by Josh Williamson. Suggested retail $49.99. It's number 5 of only 39 signed. Another great cover. So, and we have the one available for $27.
Well, Creative Keep, actually, that is the one thing I'll say is that over the last few years, and I think it is finally changing, and I think Netflix was actually the interesting part. It was Netflix that started creating good Marvel TV shows. But up until the last couple of years, Marvel was better at movies. DC was better at TV and animated.
Well,
so, but I will say that not having watched Marvel cartoons on Disney Plus, so not having watched those, but I think now we're about to see the game changer.
Well, you begin to wonder how much say
Lars Man claims the detective.
All right, you got it, Lars Man. you got to wonder.
Larsman, Red Sonja, Hell Sonja. Come on. That's all you.
I haven't gotten that yet.
Oh.
That's part
but
of the
anyway.
All right, let me do that first. All right, so last book of the night, Red Sonja, Hell Sonja #3, limited edition virgin cover by Joseph Michael Linsner. It's just a retail of $50, and we have the one available for $49.
So yeah, up until the last couple of years, I would say that, I mean, with the exception of the Christopher Nolan Batman movies and Joker, like there were standout movies. Although I'm in the minority because I actually liked Batman Superman. I thought it was good. And Wonder Woman was great. And Aquaman I thought was fantastic. I mean, basically,
I enjoyed Aquaman.
That was an outer space movie underwater. That's what that was.
I enjoyed that. But what I'm saying is I wonder how much all the IP holders that have now gone off and made their own streaming service, how much they regret it. Because it's hurt everybody if you think about it. You know, Netflix was making money hand over fist. And as you said, a lot of their Marvel series were good ones.
Yeah.
And they were, you know, and they knew they had to put it all, you know, put their best foot
forward.
Well,
Netflix just went in a road that Marvel wasn't going in, you know?
Well, now
that's why they're not really confirming it in the same universe.
Right. But now that they've pulled it,
yeah.
Okay, everybody is like struggling to make money with streaming services. So you
Yeah.
begin to wonder if that wasn't necessarily a bad move for everybody involved. Regardless of
We
whether
don't know
they're
what Disney paid Netflix because Netflix basically owned the rights to those shows.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's like when Disney bought Marvel, they paid Paramount like a couple of $100 million to get the distribution rights to the movies back.
All right. No worries, Lars, man.
I know that.
Listen, the fact that you're buying the book regardless is great.
If you got a hookup, you got a hookup, brother.
Yeah.
And that's...
We're not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Leave it. Leave it. We're not discussing it. Let it go.
Okay. I'm not looking at the cover. That must be why.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. How much time? 7 minutes there to best offers. And I would agree, TJ. I wasn't a big fan of Iron Fist.
How was the Defenders?
I didn't watch that either.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that one.
It kind of lost me at that point. I watched the Daredevil one. I watched what were the other ones?
The Jessica Jones. I really hated the way they telegraphed that last episode. Like the whole thing was so telegraphed.
I didn't get through that whole series.
It was decent, but the whole thing was so telegraphed at the end.
Luke Cage. I watched that, and then obviously with all the news of what was
Well,
happening.
Daredevil and Punisher were the two best shows.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that.
I think whoever played in Jessica Jones was the best part of Jessica Jones. I think the story itself was okay, but her acting was really good.
Amy, Creative Peak wants to know if there's sneak peeks. Do you want to grab the art?
Sure.
All right, Amy's
All right, so give us a second, Creative. If. All right, so and if you haven't already, put in hashtag ChoppyEXP, all lowercase. The prize tonight is going to be the Wasp cover sketch.
You're right, John. Like I said, the best two were Daredevil and Punisher. I thought that they were equally great. I love season 1 of the Punisher. I mean, I thought that was even though they kind of telegraphed that his best friend was going to be Jigsaw, they did it well. Even though it was telegraphed, I thought they did it well. All right, Marcus was one of the people who voted to make me cry on Friday. So we will have another Crisis on Infinite Earths #8 color guide. So Nick's favorite all-time comic, not one of his favorite all-time comics. Then we have this Weapon X #15, page 16, that also happens to have Spider-Man and Captain America, pure pencils. Then we have Ron Garney, Green Arrow, Night Stalkers from like 1992. We have two great pages. Oh, you know what? These are right up your alley, John. Check it out. You got Dracula turning into a wolf. Check it out. These two pages are right up your alley. Let's see. Oh, and these two pages will be priced aggressively. I'm telling you right now, I have never seen Kieran Dwyer pencils art to this issue. This was like Batman, Curse of the Catwoman. And these are the 2 pages where Bruce and Selena meet. It's an Elseworld story. I have never seen any other pages from this issue out there. So I'm going to offer them, but these are going to be priced aggressively because I really don't want to sell them. But if somebody buys them, they buy them. Just like my Crisis color guides. My Crisis color guides. I can't believe I said.
Hey, don't cry on the art, man. You're going to have to lower the price even more.
Well, especially when the pencil stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a very bad alley creative. I missed something. Jessica Jones was great. Jessica Jones. I really enjoyed Jessica Jones. I just hated the last episode because it was telegraphed and not done as well. Punisher, when his best friend became Jigsaw, it was telegraphed, but it was done really well. Sell the wood, then cry. John, you're going to be very happy to hear how much the Night Stalkers are on Friday. Very happy. They will be priced. They will not be priced aggressively. They will be priced really affordably. And considering this is back when well, let's see, what year is this? 1992, I think. Might be 93 or 94. I mean, check it out. I mean, you got Dracula turning into a wolf right there, and then going back to Dracula. Nick needs my Braun 7000, though he can afford the 9000. You'll be very happy, John. Be here on Friday. Tears make the color guy run like the Flash. Marcus, you voted for me to put it for sale, so I can't complain too much.
He's trying to force you to wear the red pants. I mean, are you surprised?
I'm surprised he hasn't used that line. You can dress like the Flash, Nick.
Yeah. So everybody make sure to tell Nick that when he wears the red pants, he looks like the Flash.
Yeah.
Okay? So you owe me one, Marcus.
There's that was me saying that. There was this one Silver Age Flash comic where like the Flash, like he starts to get really big and all of a sudden he's like all blown up. That'll be me in the Flash costume. I won't even be like what was the guy's name in Big Bang Theory?
Which one?
Sheldon. I won't be like Sheldon. Penny. At least he was skinny.
Oh my God. All right. So you know what, JD? We're gonna run the Rex cap, buddy. Real quick one for anything anybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So
wait a minute.
Wait.
Huh?
What?
That's okay. All right. Let's see if I can do this quick. We got Starlin. We got Captain America. We got Avengers Academy. And Lars Man. Check out Jack Kirby's SpiderMan that'll be available on Friday. In homage to Jack Kirby.
All right. Ron, as quick as we can get him, buddy. So unfortunately, we're not the only ones asking him for sketch covers. For the experience. He does a lot of different things and doing covers, obviously, for Dynamite as well. The actual ones. All right, best offers are closed. All right, so let's do a quick Rex cap for anybody that might want to make a last-minute pickup. So, Lars, man, congratulations on the King in Black, brother. All right, so here's the Rex cap. Here we go. Man Bat #1, variant signed by Kevin Nolan. Suggested retail of $49.99. We have the one available for $19.39. Flash number 750, signed in silver by Joshua Williamson. Suggested retail of $69.99. We have the one available, number 3 of 30, signed in silver for $56. Then we had Generations, Forge #1s, signed in silver by Dan Jurgens. Number 5 of 15, suggested retail of $69.99. We have the one available for $50. Then we had Indestructible Hulk #1, signed by Mark Waid and Ken Hazer with Maestro cover sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $129.99. We have the one available for $62. Then we did Iron Man #600, signed with Iron Man cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariana Nicieza. Suggested retail of $119.99. We have the one available for $62. Then we did Secret Wars #1 and Hulk #1, signed connecting sketch covers of Thing versus Hulk by Joe Delbiato and Mariano Nicieza. It's just a retail of $250, and we have the one available for $129. Then we did Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids set, 3 virgin covers, 1 incentive, six copies total. It's just a retail of $150, and we have the one set for $75. Then we did Red Sonja, Hell Sonja #3, limited edition virgin cover by Joseph Michael Linzer. It's just a retail of $50, and we have the one available for $40. Then we had Supercade, a visual history of the video game age, 1985 to 2001, 500 plus pages. We have 5 available, and each one is $45. All right, and then Nick threw in Sudden Makeup Veggie Sandwich bargain deal. We have 2 mystery packs available, over $200 worth of items for $100. Will include a metal book, CGC graded book, limited edition or incentive book, and then 5 random Dynamite books. Then we had the Darkwing Duck 11 cover set for $44. And we have 9 of those still available. All right. TJ picked up 1. And that is the Rex Cap for the night. I'm sorry we did not get to New Comic Book Day, but I advise everyone, check out Alex's channel, AR_comics on YouTube. Great content. He does shorts. I know you're doing a live show again on Tuesday evenings, right?
Tuesday and Friday.
Okay, Tuesday and Friday. So those are live. I know he had kind of started to focus on the shorts, but he's gone back to live. So catch that show with Alec. There's always great content, a lot more knowledge, a lot less rambling and cat stories. You can catch Nick, obviously, on The Experience on Fridays for the original art show starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, Robbie and I will be on Robbie's channel, Pop Culture Philosophers, at noontime Eastern on Fridays to discuss whatever, usually something to deal with pop culture. I believe tonight, JD, 360's premiere show is tonight, correct?
That's right.
At what
360
time?
premiere tonight at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock Eastern, all right? So if you have a chance, please tune into that and check that out. I'm sure it's going to be a great show. Again, thank you to Alec, and thank you to JD for pushing the buttons in the background. As always, appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the viewers. Thank you guys. You know, I appreciate you spending the time. Best part of my day. Oh, the giveaway. Thank you, Ed Weird. Oh my God.
Did we run that?
My bad. Thank you, Ed Weird. Hit it, JD. All right. And the winner is Kenneth Bird. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, this dude like consistently
And
wins.
I didn't get your email on which Powerball tickets to pick, please. All right. So congratulations. And we'll do another giveaway on Monday. But make sure to tune in to Alex's channel, AR_comics on YouTube. Some great content. The shorts, the live shows, the tape shows. Always great content. All right. So thanks, everybody. And we'll be back Monday with Rock and Robbie at Pop Culture Philosophers here on The Experience, 6 p.m. Eastern. All right. Be safe.
Did you know that every Experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out. Twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code.